Hey y'all, hey y'all. Happy Thursday. Happy thriving Thursday. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? Yo, I can't wait to get into this lesson, yo. I listen, when I tell y'all these kind of be like my favorite sessions now, yo, because we really gonna keep going in on this whole series, yo, about how to become a dynamic facilitator, a dynamic speaker, yo. Like, yo, I can't wait, yo. What's up, yo? Who at the top of my list? Hold up. Cam Gotti, is that you, yo? What's up, Cam Gotti? How you feeling, yo? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome home for the summer, yo. It's time to get to it. Tanner, what's up, Tanner? How you feeling, Tanner? Good to see you. Good to see you, yo. Breezy, what's up, Breezy? How you feeling, yo? Good to see you, Breezy. Kai, what's up, Kai? How you doing, yo? Good to see you. Good to see you. Caleb, what's up, Caleb? How you feeling, yo? Good to see you. Good to see you, Caleb. Dawn to Dawn. Shout out Dawn to Dawn. Kamaya and Audie. I know Audie don't normally be on Thriving Thursdays, but shout her out anyway, yo. The food insecurity team was holding it down yesterday at that springboard event. Like, I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all did such a great job. And shout out Rabbit too, because Rabbit was there as well. Reality, what's up, Reality? How you feeling, yo? Good to see you. Good to see you. Neon Say, what's up, Neon Say? How you feeling, yo? Good to see you. Jimma the Dilemma, what's up, yo? Good to see you. How you feeling? One Take, what's up, One Take? Good. Y'all, shout out One Take. Shout out Sane. The Reginald F. Lewis session today that they did, flawless, yo. Flawless. And y'all know I always got a good critique to tell somebody like, all right, this we could have did to make it better. Like, it was good, but this could have took it to the next level. They was already at the next level, yo. When people are coachable and intentional about getting better, it shows. I don't know if y'all know, if everybody know, but me and Miss Money Mo, we've been recording all the sessions, right? We've been recording the sessions so that people can see themselves and watch other people. So now you're not like in it trying to figure out, okay, what we could have done better or how we could have moved some things around. But now you get to see it from outside of it, to look at it and say, all right, looking at it like, yo, I see where I could have did some things differently, or I see how, we could have put some things together in a different way. And like, yo, since we started recording those sessions, they have been consistent on watching them and getting their own feedback and implementing it. And it really showed today. Like, yo, what? Game changer, yo. Game changer, y'all. I love it. Asita, what's up, Asita? How you feeling, yo? Good to see you. Oh, and yo, gotta shout Sane out twice because she hopping around on stitches, still showing up, yo. Came in with the crutches and all that. Like, y'all about to get this lesson. Yo, love to see the determination, yo. Love it, love it, love it. Maya, what's up, Maya? How you feeling? Yo, good to see you, yo. Track Star. What's up, Track Star? Good to see you, yo. Good to see you. Tay Bands. What's up, Tay Bands? Good to see you. Shout out Tay Bands, y'all. Y'all, Tay Bands is cooking up something hot for the spring/summer. Tay Bands is officially partnering with one of our 10K SB partners. Y'all might remember Miss Keisha from Berries by Keisha. Y'all know she got a new spot, and the spot is big enough to where as though they got like a performance stage type area situation. Well, Tay Bands is going to take the lead on turning that space into a performance space for young artists. So poetry, singing, rapping, art, like whatever the situation is, yo, we're going to have some type of weekly sessions, not sessions, but weekly events that's going to be showcasing youth talent. And she's going to be creating a strategy so that way they can actually generate revenue from that, yo. So super excited about that, yo. Thank you, Tay Bands, for your leadership on that, y'all. Love to see it. Anaya, what's up, Anaya? Good to see you, yo. Good to see you. How you feeling, yo? Cows, what's up, Cows? How you feeling, Cows? Good to see you. Shout out, Cows. Shout out, Yo Yo. Did an amazing job representing us at the East Broadway Light Show. What was that? Monday night. Shout out to them. Like, people were still telling me, no, I keep getting my names mixed up. Y'all know I'm old. What's up, Cows? Good to see you. Shout out Yo Yo and Charity, who spoke at the Broadway East light situation. The mayor was there, the city council people was there, a couple of elected officials was there, all that, y'all. Y'all know I'm old, yo. I keep getting my names messed up. Thank you so much. Hey, yo, it's because you and Kels is like twins, yo. So, like, saying your name is like saying like the same thing. But yes, they definitely held it down, and people were still talking about what an amazing job y'all did. So, yo, yes, love to see it. Sid, what's up, Sid? How you feeling, yo? How you feeling? Good to see you. Mr. Bonnet, what's up, Mr. Bonnet? How you feeling? Good to see you. Good to see you, yo. Hey, yes, yo. Little Leaders, it's starting on Monday. Neon say my baby cousin said they need help. I'm going to teach them to get on track. Hey, yo, we got you. Neon say lock in with Cam Gotti. We're gonna get you we're gonna get your baby cousin on Little Leaders first things first, yo. Yo, now we not twins. Y'all are definitely twins, yo. It's like the same thing, yo. Gemma, congratulations, yo. Gemma got the space. Yo, that's what's up, yo. We love to see it, yo. And how could I forget this, yo? The grant that I had sent a couple of y'all to like fund your projects and stuff you got going on. Shout out to Sane, yo. Sane got the grant. How big is that, yo? How big is that? A couple thousands of dollars, yo, to do work that you passionate about. It don't get no better than that, yo. I love to see it. So what's up? So you know I can never skip you, yo. Stop playing. Hey, yo, not grandma. Hey, Donna Dawn, don't do me like that, yo. Shout out to Charity for how great she did on the cultural diversity panel today. Shout out Charity. Hey, yo, I love yo. Like, yo, it's amazing, yo. I got the youth grant makers. Hey, look, yo, it it's so much stuff going on. Saying whatever you got. Shout out to you. Congratulations, yo, because it's not easy being in that space, yo. So, yes, yes, and yes. You're part of 15 people that decide where 500K goes towards the city. Wow. Amazing. All right, y'all. Let's get into this, yo, because we got a lot to cover, and y'all already know we never have enough time, yo. Never have enough time. Make sure I get my comments up. All right, let me get my share screen up real quick. It's gonna look crazy for a second, y'all. Just bear with me for a second. We should be good. Let me try blow it up a little bit. Make sure y'all can see that. All right. Where we at? We on May 5th. All right. And we still talking about being a dynamic facilitator. Right. So this is definitely still an ongoing conversation. And yes, Dawn could not agree more. Like, yo, y'all have come so far from day one. I'm so super proud. All right. So let's let's first get our mind like in the position of what do we need to do as a facilitator? I know the last couple of sessions we spent some time talking about like traits and skills and stuff like that. And we're absolutely going to get into more of those. But let's talk a little bit about like the type of situation that we need to create. So, first things first, right? Let's put safe environment right here at the base, right? And when I'm telling people about what makes like what we do at Heart Smiles, like what makes it so different and so special, like one of the things that I like to mention is the culture, is the environment, because without the environment, like nothing else can really happen after that. A saying, yes, we need to start recruiting future facilitators now because it's only getting bigger and better next year. So even though you might be going into like somebody else's building, creating that space, creating that environment for whatever length of time that you are in there is so, so critical. And some of the things that you want to think about is emotional safety. And with emotional safety, we're thinking about like psychological safety, and just overall people feeling like they are in a space where they are not being judged. They can say their true feelings and they can really just genuinely be who they are. As a facilitator, you're going to find like your sessions or whatever situation you are doing, you're going to find them to be so much more impactful when people feel like they can be themselves. And this one right here is like a given. This one is the physical safety. And like sometimes just depending on the space or the situation that you are in, you may or may not be able to control all the factors around the physical safety piece. But without you telling people, like, yes, I'm going to protect you, or yes, I'm going to make sure that you're feeling safe, without you having to say that with your words, like you want to be able to create that type of feeling or to create that type of environment where people just genuinely feel safe, even from a physical perspective. Yes, one take said that's the first thing I tell my people about Heart Smiles. Our environment is an open space. Absolutely. Got to. Um, the next piece, y'all, is a supportive environment. And right, this one, so they said we got to get Maya on here from RFL. Oh yeah, Little Philly lied to me, told me she was coming. It's all good though. We're gonna hit her up next week. A reality, I'm so glad. Jim said yes, creating a comfortable space. Absolutely. Yep, creating a comfortable space. It really makes a world of difference for the people who are in your space. So when we're talking about a supportive environment, one of the first things is that active engagement. And I can't wait to share the video today in our facilitators group chat from the Reginald F. Lewis session today, because that was a great example of active engagement. Because even the students who like didn't think that they had anything to contribute to the conversation, Sane and One Take did a great job of getting them to see how they can still contribute, even though they might not necessarily want to be an entrepreneur or they might not necessarily want to own a business, but the skills and the things that they are talking about can still be applicable just for like your real life and getting them to think beyond like just regular things. So being able to create that active engagement. Hey, yo said I'm in here. What's up, little Philly? Y'all, Amaya Dickens right there, y'all. That's little Philly from Reginald F. Lewis. Please show her all the love. She was definitely one of the ones like at today's session really popping out in terms of engaging, like really being present, really taking herself outside of her comfort zone, outside of her box, talking about what she wanted to do. And even after the session was over, y'all, after they stayed with us for like a full hour, after the session was over, she still stayed even longer just to talk more about being involved with Heart Smiles and what we do and all that. So please, y'all, somebody make sure that y'all link up with Laura Philly and make sure that we get her in, y'all. Uh Cass Image, I forgot to tell you, I used the acronym thing you were talking about. Hey, yay, Cam Gotti. You gotta tell me more about that, y'all. I love that. That's what's up. All right. So supportive environment. Okay, active engagement. Another thing under here, y'all, under supportive environment is the session flow. And this one can get lost, especially if you aren't prepared. And that's why all my facilitators know I stress being prepared. You can be the most elegant speaker. You can know how to pronounce all your words. You can know how to use your voice. You can be amazing at how you present your words. But if you aren't prepared, yo, throw the whole session away because then your flow is going to be choppy. You're not going to know which way to go in your conversation. And when you are fumbling around with the points of your conversation or it's not making sense, it's not linking together, you're going to lose your audience. And what we say last week, once you lose your audience, bruh, that's pretty much it. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be able to get them back because you only got about 15 seconds, if that, to catch somebody's attention. And once you lose their attention, it's almost impossible to get it back. So being able to understand before your session how you want your flow to go, what you want your talking points to be. And y'all, it's no shame in using notes. The best facilitators in the world still use notes. So you ain't got to try to memorize it all in your mind, especially if you got to talk for more than like 10 minutes. Like figure out what you want your flow to be, have your notes, and make sure that your conversation is going in a way that makes sense. All right. Um, one more for this, y'all. Skill building. And I feel like we don't talk about this one enough, and we probably need to talk about this one more. Um, Mr. Bonnet said, agree. If your flow is messed up, it won't sound right. Yes, Mr. Bonnet, you are so on point. And then people might not say it because they respect you, but they'll be thinking in their mind, like, yo, like, what are you talking about? Why are you here wasting my time? They done mentally checked out. Skill building, y'all. This one is important, and we don't talk about this one enough, and I feel like we probably need to. But this is you asking yourself the question, okay, what are people walking away with? What skill are they walking away with? What's something that they didn't know before they walked into this door that now leaving, they can say, you know what? That was a good use of my time. I'm glad I learned about this. And sometimes, y'all, they not going to get the whole thing. More times than not, they not going to get the whole thing. More times than not, it's just going to be a small thing that resonates with them. But people want to be able to say, this was a good use of my time and I learned something from it. Yes, Gemma, even just like topic notes to keep you on track. It's so important. Like, even if you have a note card or something with bullet points, I use my phone and I have the title of the note is whatever event I'm doing, and then my bullet points for what my talking points are. And I save all of those because most times I can use those talking points again, depending on what people are booking me to speak about. Yes, Donna Dawn, the skill building is so important because you don't want to be wasting people's time. If I'm not learning something, if I'm not building up a skill or learning something new, or even learning a new concept that I can go and research on my own, if I'm not learning anything, why am I here? And y'all, this is why it's so important for us to not be like the schools. Like, I know that for the most part, we are inside of the school building, but it can't feel like school. It has to feel like something different. Like, we have to create types of environments where people love to learn, where people are hungry for knowledge. And like, that's going to be a game changer for us when it comes to us building out these spaces where people are excited to come to. I'm gonna do one more for this one, y'all, and then we're gonna move to the next one. And because this one is like one of my favorite ones, a welcoming atmosphere. Yo, my handwriting. I know, y'all. I had to make it super small. Hey, thank you in advance, Cam Gotti, on the notes. A welcoming atmosphere. And anybody that's been to an in-person Thriving Thursday or in-person Winning Wednesday, you know I'm so big on this one thing. If you see a new face come through that door, you welcome that person. You introduce yourself to that person, tell that person your name, how they can connect with you. You get that person name, you show them where the food is at, you tell them what's on the menu for the day. You ask them if they got any special requests in terms of food to let whoever the designated food person know. Like, you basically give them the rundown of how it's about to be. Like, all right, yo, go get your food if you want to eat, talk, mingle, whatever. If you don't want to mingle, that's cool too. But once you see Miss Joni get up there in the middle, it's time to bring it on in and come to the table. Like, yo, I'm so big on making sure that everybody feels welcome. And you, as the facilitator, as the person that's in charge of that space, you got to make sure that you adopt some type of strategy that allows people to feel it. Now, I'm not saying interrupt your lesson when people are walking in 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes late or whatever. Like, you ain't got to stop everything to welcome that person and catch them up and all that type of stuff like that. But depending on like what type of space that you're in, you definitely want to have some type of situation where everybody at least is acknowledged and they are encouraged to participate regardless of when they kind of stepped in. Uh, Casa, it's always good to take something from or learn something. Absolutely. Yes, Mr. Bonnet, gaining new lessons and skills. That's what it's about. Kayla, yes, you make them want to come there. Absolutely. So also taking them things they go back and share with their peers. Yes, yes, yes. Don't be mean mugging people when they come in. Hey, yo, yes, please. Acronym prepare for better. Um, let the draining habits go, act in your best interest, never lose sight of your goal. Yes, yo. I love that. That is amazing. Um, Mr. Elaborate as a facilitator, you got to be aware of a lot. Yes, yes, and yes. For me to do that with my little leaders, I'm going to bring one of their favorite snacks, and that's why I asked them on the sign up form. That is amazing, yo. That is 100% amazing. I love that. All right. The next piece of this, y'all, is the interaction piece. And yo, I love this one so much because this is the one that really forces us outside of our comfort zone if we have one in this role. And with interaction, people have to experience belonging, right? And this is deep, y'all. This is really deep. When you are creating an environment where people are experiencing belonging, that means that people feel like they are in the right place at the right time for the right reasons. You can't put a price tag on that feeling. And you know how sometimes people might be saying, like, oh, well, I was supposed to go do this or go do that, but I just happened to come in here and it's all like, I'm glad I did. Like that type of feeling. Whereas, like, maybe you didn't know what to expect, or maybe you weren't planning on this to be your situation, but it is your situation, and you feel like you found your people. You feel like you found the space that you need to be in order to experience growth. And in order for you to basically be around other like minded people who are focused on success. That one is a deep one, y'all. Uh, you know what I'm saying? I'm planning to do that with the youth. Me and Sid are working with it. Hey, yo, yes, I love it, love it, love it. Um, why I think the leaders, my kids. Hey, listen, that's that's how it be, yo. That's how it be. And let me get this one done so that we can move on, y'all. And always a big one. The engagement. You ain't got nothing if you ain't got engagement, y'all. And don't get it twisted. It depends on the type of session that you are in. Because if you are in a session where, like, you are doing a commencement speech or something like that in front of like a couple of hundred of people, it's not going to be no back and forth talking and all that stuff. The talking is pretty much going to be one way. But don't count out that mental engagement. When you are saying things or telling stories or giving examples that actually resonate with people. When people are listening to you speak and they nodding their head, like in agreement, because like you really just said something powerful, that is engagement. When people are sitting there snapping their fingers, they might not even be snapping to make a sound. They might just be doing the snap like rhythm or whatever. That is engagement. All those little social cues that sometimes we just kind of take for granted, all that stuff is engagement. You want to be able to have topics and conversations that's relevant so that people can be mentally engaged, and also that emotional engagement. Because when you get that emotional engagement, y'all, that's when people are really, really taking to heart what you are saying. And there is a high likelihood that they're going to take something and they're going to actually act on it. Like the goal for us, y'all, in this space as leaders, the goal for us is to help people do bigger and greater things in their own life. They got to figure out what that looks like. But we are the people that kind of spark that initiative. We are the people that kind of spark that thought and give people that sense of empowerment that they need. Like, we don't do the empowering. I tell people all the time, I don't empower nobody. Like, what? Like, they already got their power. I'm not empowering nobody. All I'm doing is making sure that they know that they can do it. I'm just making sure that they got it. Like, that's it. Ain't no empowering over here. So definitely our role is a lot bigger than what we think when it comes to that engagement piece. All right, let's get back to this. All right, so now let's talk about some traits and some skills. Turning on the light for success. Yes, absolutely, yo. The flicking that light, turning them up. I love it, yo. All right. So some traits, really, really quick, y'all. And these should be very familiar. So being flexible. I ain't gonna go too deep into it. But if anybody has any questions about any of these traits or skills, let me know. But most of these should be very familiar to everybody that's on here. Being flexible, being humble. And let me highlight this one because heavy on the humble. As a facilitator, yo, as the person in charge of the room, that doesn't mean that you know everything. That doesn't mean that you are right about everything. Like, yo, you're facilitating thoughts and ideas. And we have to let go of any type of authoritative spirit that we might have. Like, no, we're not in charge of anything. We got to keep ourselves humble. We want to earn our respect. We want people to respect us and look at us as the leader, not because we had to tell them that I'm in charge or we had to tell them, yeah, I'm Miss Joni, call me Miss Joni. Nah, we want them to respect us and to listen to us and to lock in because they appreciate what we're saying. They appreciate the spirit that we bring. They appreciate the vibes that we giving off. They appreciate the space that we've created. Yes, absolutely. One take. Say that loud. It is okay to be wrong, as long as you fix it, yo. Long as you fix it. And one of our favorite words, y'all, being empathetic and being dedicated to seeing others learn. And with this one, y'all, I'm gonna highlight this one too, because with this one, connected to that it being dedicated to seeing others learn is also being dedicated to seeing other people grow past you. And I'm gonna put a little star right here. Like, yo, you really want the people who you are building up to be better than you. And there's so many people that call themselves leaders, yo. And I hate this, yo. Not in our group, but like just in general. It's so many people that want to hold back information or don't want to give you too much because they don't want you to know more than them. They want to hold on to a resource, don't want to share a resource with you, don't want to directly connect you to somebody because they feel like it's going to take away from them. That's the wrong attitude to have, yo. That's the wrong any information that you got, you should be ready and willing to share that information to the people who you are teaching and guiding. Any connections or whatever that you got that might help somebody else, yo, you should be more than willing to share those. Like, it's crazy to me how people hold on to that stuff. Like, come on now, that's not what it's about. Yes, Mr. Bonnet, being wrong is a part of learning. Jimmy said, you're there to influence, inform, and teach, not control. Yes, absolutely. Please say that loud. Saying said, this is why youth are so perfect for facilitating. We're in the same place as them. So they thinking, how can I get where you at? Absolutely, yo. Yes, transparency is so important, Cam Gotti. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Yes, Breezy, yo, people don't be understanding it, yo. Some skills. Now, this is where you got to invest in yourself. Again, yo, I can't stress this enough. It is so cool to have natural talent. That is a great thing, yo. But to be amazing in this space, to be dynamic in this space, natural talent, not enough. You got to be able to invest in yourself by honing your skills and making sure that you are getting better and building on your natural talent. So when it comes to those, one of the things is, y'all, knowledge of the topic. And listen, this doesn't mean that you got to know everything front and back about whatever topic you are presenting on. No, you just have to be knowledgeable enough to teach the part that you're going to teach. And if you don't know, guess what? We are in the age of technology and Google where it's like it's no excuse for you not to know anything, especially something that you're going to present on. So, even if you aren't 100% familiar with the topic, you have to invest some time researching that topic and getting yourself a solid foundation to where as though you can explain it so that way it makes sense to other people. If you are explaining something to somebody else, yo, and they are more confused about it than what they was when they first came in, then you don't know enough about the topic and you should not be explaining it to anybody. And listen, it is okay to say that you don't know. It is okay to use Google on the spot and say, look, I don't know that one. Let me pull it up and let me find out and let's learn about this together. The skill that goes hand in hand with this knowledge about the topic is being able to facilitate learning. And basically, all that means is that you can explain something even if you just found out about it. You can make it make sense to somebody. Don't say when Ms. Joni says, I can't stress this enough. You know it's about to be grade done. Yo, you crazy. Yo, hey, track star, yes, get those AT&T guards, yo. Yes, be comfortable when presenting it though. Absolutely. Um, yo, that makes you even better because for them to see you not knowing, it motivates them all. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm not saying that that's how you should go in. We absolutely should not go in not knowing because that's going to be a hot mess. What I'm saying is like, if a question or something may come up that you're not familiar with, or if you're having like a deeper conversation and people want to go into a space that you haven't like brushed up on, those type of situations. But you don't want to go in just blind and not knowing, and you basically got to Google the whole lesson. Absolutely not. Um, ability to relate to the learners. And this is what Sane was hitting on heavy about being able to be relatable. And that's an advantage that you guys have when it comes to a peer-to-peer mentorship type situation. Like you can relate way more than any adult ever could. And same thing with my peers. Like you guys as youth leaders, it is perfectly fine and acceptable for you to teach adults. Adults have a lot to learn from young people. But when it comes to relating to adults, like we are better for each other in that peer-to-peer space. And that's why, like, a lot of times, if you notice, like on my sessions, when I have heartbeats leading the sessions where they are teaching adults, at the end, a lot of times I'll come in and I'll do maybe like 5 minutes and just talk to them. All right, y'all, from an adult perspective, and then give them whatever is like happening with me from an adult perspective based off of what the heartbeats presented because they are my peers. I can relate to them from an adult perspective. So it's different with each peer group, but you definitely want to be able to use that to your advantage. And even when you aren't in a peer to peer situation, it's still ways that you can relate to your learners and let them know that you understand, even if you've never experienced, but that you understand like where they are or some of the things that they might be going through. Hey, thank you, Kai. Uh, Once they said, be prepared, know your topic, study your info. Like this is a job in the school. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And the last one, and I know we talked about this a couple sessions ago, but I got to throw this one in here again for skills. Being a strong storyteller. Um, and let me highlight this one because people love stories. It don't matter how old you are. It don't matter what discipline or situation you are in. Most people can relate to a story. So being able to tie whatever learning lessons you have or whatever topics or situations you're talking about, being able to tie that into a story is a very powerful and useful gift in this space. Now, y'all, you don't want every single story to be a 20-30 minute deal. Like, no. You want to be able to make sure that during your storytelling, you giving all meat and that it all makes sense and it's a good use of their time because you got some storytellers that is all like, yo, you're telling a story every 2 minutes, my guy, and like it's not it. Like people were bored to tears. The story's not even connecting into what's happening. So you definitely want to make sure that you are catching yourself if you feel like you are just rambling and talking and talking and talking with no real direction with your story. Don't want to do that, yo. Uh Please, not the 20-30 minutes I'm supposed to be learning, but now I'm sleepy. Hey, yo. Chill, yo. All right. Let me give you the 5 C's real quick. All right. Let's get the 5 C's of a great facilitator. And some of these are going to overlap. Confidence. I feel like we got into that last week. So we definitely got to be confident. Um, Competence. Cannot overstress this one, y'all. Gotta gotta be competent. Um, and with that one, that really ties into when we talk about being prepared and just understanding what it is that you're about to speak about. Clarity. So important. You got to be clear. A good rule of thumb is to speak on a third grade level. And y'all, everybody does this. Y'all know we basically family with all of the Bloomberg. Right? I got an opportunity to meet the guy who writes the speeches for Mike, right? For Mr. Mike Bloomberg. He writes all his speeches. And actually, his name is Mike too. Shout out Mike if you ever watched this video, Mike Powell. But I got a chance to talk to him. And when we were talking, like he was telling me about how um, people think that speech writers and people who talk in front of large groups of people, like how they are aiming to talk to sophisticated people and people who are college educated and above and all that. And he was all like, no. He was like, everybody from Mike Bloomberg to Barack Obama to Michelle Obama to any and everybody who addresses like large groups of people, the goal is to speak so that a third grader can understand and keep up with the conversation. Because when you're able to speak at a simple level, this isn't being condescending, y'all. Because some people going, take this and think that you supposed to talk to people like they dumb. No, this is the exact opposite of that. This is speaking to people in the way that is clear, and where you are using words that generally most people understand. And that if somebody that's in elementary school was listening to you, they would be able to follow along with the conversation. So that was just Ayo said big my Ayo crazy. But yes, like I thought that that was very interesting. But yes, keep that in mind when you're thinking about clarity and being clear and making sure that your message is received. All right. My other C is consciousness. And again, this is one where I talk to my facilitators a lot about this. You got to be conscious about what's happening in the room. Um, Now, again, depending on the type of situation, it might not be a like talk back and forth. But if it is like a talk back and forth, you got to be able to pick up when somebody is raising their hand and not miss when somebody got their hand up. um Social cues, like somebody purposefully trying to make eye contact with you so that they can get clarification on something that you say, or so that they can ask a question, or even just those facial expressions sometimes that people might make that say, I don't quite get what you were saying, like I heard what you said, but like I really don't get it. So being able to pick up on all those type of things and incorporate that into the space so that people can really see and understand, like, yo, like you're not just doing this, but like, yo, you're really locked in. Like you're really taking notice of what's happening with people, even if they aren't necessarily saying something or putting their hand up. So definitely making sure that you're being conscious. Yes, saying face the room so you can see everybody. That is a common mistake that facilitators make sometimes, is like we might have people on the side of us, or depending on when people arrive in the room, people might sit like behind us. Yo, you got to do however you want to do it, but you got to do whatever move situation on your end to be sure that you are situated to where as though you can see everybody. So sometimes that's you moving from sitting down to standing up, or from standing on the left side of the room to now standing on the right side of the room. Like however that looks, but the onus is on you to make sure that you pretty much have everybody in your view. And again, not every situation is going to be like that. I've done things in gymnasiums where we had what, like the whole seventh grade class, and it was probably like four or five like different actual classrooms all in the gym, and they were like all around. So in that situation, I had to constantly keep turning around and repositioning my body so that way I could make sure that I was getting good eye contact with like each part of the room. So as the facilitator, you got to be creative and figure out how to make that work depending on your space. Um, Once they said like we were just there for the money, or to be paid, we actually care and are invested. Absolutely. Donna Dawn said walk around a bit, do a little twirl, but make sure you can see everybody. Yes, Donna Dawn. Like yes, yes, and yes. I love that so much, because that goes back to what we talked about last week when we said like, yo, really put all of you into your session. So making sure that your personality comes out. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. And my last one, y'all, is going to be credibility. Y'all, this is the bread and butter right here. Credibility is the bread and butter right here, y'all. Because this one is basically the make or break factor on whether or not people are going to come back, if they're going to recommend you, if they're going to use the information that you shared. Like, we have to make sure that we are presenting ourselves to be a credible source of information, a credible facilitator, and just a credible person of being in their space. And kind of to one takes point, making sure that people understand that, like, we are really there because we want to share this knowledge and we want to help you get better, and we really want to invest in you. Like, yeah, we gonna get our money too. Don't ever get it, y'all. We don't do all this just to be broke. None of that, none of that, none of that, none of that. We're going to get our money too, but that's not the reason. The money is just an added bonus. The money is just a byproduct of us doing the work, but we are really here because we really want to do the work and we really want to help people get better. All right. Hey, yo, not success sessions that are out. Hey, yo, success sessions about to be amazing. All right, y'all. We got a little bit of time and we still got so much. Let's see if we can get through this real quick. This is what I want to talk about real quick, y'all. I want to blend these together so that way you have a good understanding of all the things that you are basically doing all at one time. So, presentation, training, and facilitation. And all these pretty much kind of sound like the same thing, right? And to some extent, they kind of are, but not really. Like, think about them as different skills that you're meshing together in order to be what we are calling this, like, dynamic facilitator, like this person that can just come in and have these awesome sessions. So uh hey, reality's actually about to be a good one. Listen, you already know. You already. All right. So it's a couple of different things that we're gonna put in. All right, let me move this over some. Move this over. All right, let's put presentation right here. We're going to talk about your focus, your deliverable, and then your approach. All right, your focus, your deliverable, approach. All right. From a presentation perspective, right? Presenting, you're going to focus on content. All right. So, from a presentation perspective, the focus is on the content. What type of content do I have? What's my learning lesson? Do I have visuals? Like, what do I have? What is that content? From a facilitation perspective, the focus is on the process. What is my process for presenting this information? What is my process for how I do it? Like, do I stand up? Do I sit down? Do I start with an icebreaker? Y'all know I hate that word, icebreaker. Do I give engaging questions? Like, what do I do? Like, what's my process? Those are the questions that you're asking. And then when you're training, it's a combination of the presentation and the facilitation. So now you are focused on both the content and the process. You like, all right, how can I mesh? How can I mix, blend together the content that I have with the process I want to use? Hey, Tay Bands, I'm so glad that you like this, yo. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, yo. No, hey, Donna, I like icebreakers. I just don't like when they are announced. Cause it's like, oh, let's do this icebreaker. It just sounds so dry. Like, yo, like, no, like whatever we want to do, like, let's just do it. Like, I just hate the word. Hey, Breezy, I'm glad that you are feeling this. All right. Right? From a presentation perspective, the deliverable should be, we want to make sure we give information and inspiration. That's the deliverable. We want to be able to make sure that we are giving people information and not just some bull crap. We don't just want to be filling people head up with bull crap, but we want to give people information that they can use, something that they can do something with. And we want to inspire them to be able to go out and do whatever the thing is. All right. Facilitation, right? From a deliverable perspective, facilitation, this is group insights and decisions. And when you think group insights, think about the light bulb that goes off. Think about the aha moment that people have. Like, that is what the deliverable looks like from a facilitation process. When you're facilitating, right, people are going to have those aha moments like, oh my God, you know what? I heard of that before, but I just never thought about it like that. Or, you know what? You're right. I can actually do that. I just may need to tweak a couple things. And people making decisions, like decisions in that moment, to be able to decide and say, you know what? I'm going to dedicate myself to learning more about this. Or, you know what? I'm going to change this bad habit because I know that it's not good for me. Or, you know what? Yeah, I got a terrible group of friends that ain't going nowhere. They all broke bombs. I'm about to break out of that. It's going to be different for different people. But when you're thinking about your deliverable from a facilitation perspective, that's what it looks like. People having those aha moments and people making decisions that are going to help better their life. It was like, I can't wait to watch the film from Facilitator so I can give some feedback. Yeah, oh yeah, they deep, they deep, they deep. Yes, Dawn to Dawn, those epiphanies, yo, they be too deep. And you, as a facilitator, you are facilitating them having those epiphanies. The epiphany is their own, but you've created the space and you've created the dynamic for them to even think about that and have it. All right. Now, the approach from a presentation perspective, the approach is simple. You presenting, you telling. That's basically what it is. You're presenting, you're telling. You got to decide for yourself though what that looks like. Each of us has a different style on how we present, on how we tell our stories, on how we tell and give out information. You got to decide what works for you. But from a presentation perspective, the approach, that's you presenting, telling. All right. I'm gonna get to my I'm gonna get to my training one. I want to do this facilitation one, y'all, and then we're gonna come up and then hopefully it'll really tie it all together and somebody can be all like, you know what? That's money right there. From a facilitation perspective, this is important. Ask and guides. The approach is you are asking questions and you are guiding the conversation. And this is where what we talked about a couple of weeks ago, where I was all like, one of my tricks is that like I never tell anybody that they gave a wrong answer because I want to inspire people to keep participating, and I don't want people to have fear that, oh, I'm going to strike them down, or oh, they're going to be embarrassed or whatever because they got the wrong answer. So one of the tricks is to, just guide people around to help them get to whatever that final destination is in the conversation. So from a facilitation perspective, your approach has to be that you are asking and that you are guiding. And that is a reoccurring theme that goes along. All right. Now let's fill in our middle right here with the training, right? So we said from for deliverable, for presentation, information and inspiration, and for facilitation, group insights and decisions. Right here, y'all, this is where we get that skill development. That skill development that we just talked about as a trait, y'all. You are training, when you are mixing and training, you are helping people to develop skills. And they could be new skills, you could be building on existing skills, whatever, but it is skill development. And then for the approach, from a presentation perspective, we talked about presenting, telling, facilitation is asking and guiding. When you are in this training, when you blending in training, you are teaching and involving. And this one is so key because this is where you actually teach the lesson, you teach the skill or whatever the concept is, and you are involving your learners in that process. And that's going to look different depending on the type of room that you are in, but you are involving them in that process of actually teaching and learning. So, y'all, that when I tell you, yo, it's still so much more that we can get into, but that is our time, yo. Like, yo, this was so good. And I just hope that somebody got something out of this, yo. Like, these are really like my favorite sessions. I ain't even about to hold you. But all right, yo. Hey, yo, I know, Cam Gotti. We're gonna pick it up next week, though, yo. We definitely gonna pick it up next week because we got so much more to talk about. But look, y'all already know what it is, yo. You already you already know what it is. Um, a couple of quick announcements. Remember the My Mayor Must event that we did when we were having the race for mayor? We are doing that event again for the governor's race. So I'm definitely going to be looking for a couple of heartbeats who want to take that on as a project. We figuring out the money and all that stuff. Because when I talked to my guy earlier, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get my heartbeats on it. We just gotta make sure we get the money right first. But it's going to be some type of stipend situation or whatever. And your responsibility is basically going to be like planning it out and hosting it. So, like, if you remember from the My Man Must, like Heartbeats did everything. We had all the local news media people out there. It was broadcasted on TV. Heartbeats got all the questions together. They facilitated the entire thing. Like, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So that's what that situation is going to be. And it's going to be very involved because once we actually like lock down like the space, like where it's going to be, most likely it's probably going to be at either Coppin or Morgan State. But once we lock down like where it's going to be and the date and all that, it's going to be next month. So like a very quick turnaround. Going to be looking for people to hop on that. So yes, that's going to be a big thing. And yo, people that's trying to get on more projects, especially if you know that you need to step up and stuff, like yo, let me know. It's money out there that's on the table, yo. Like, seriously. And we don't supposed to be leaving no money on the table. But that's it for me, y'all. You already know what I'm about to say. Go be productive, yo. You still got about what? At least 3 more hours left in this working day, yo. Go be productive. Go work on your goals. Go work on your version of success, yo. Whatever it is that's going to help you, yo. You make sure that you go and you be diligent about working on that. You'll say, yo, how would y'all want to be at the end of the school year? Yeah, absolutely, yo. Yes, I love that. Karen Gotti, in the school year event, yo. Get it done. But yo, all right, that's it for me, yo. If y'all rocking with us tomorrow, Focus Friday, I see you on Focus Friday. If not, then you already know we're gonna be right here, same time, same place next week for Driving Thursday. And y'all, I hope y'all have an amazing night. I'm out of here, y'all.